My girlfriend declared, "My ex is coming to our party. Be cool, or it's over." I replied, "I'll be very cool." Then I greeted him at the door, shook his hand, and said, "She's all yours, man." I was just leaving. Her party ended the moment I walked out. 3 years. That's how long I'd been with Lisa when she dropped the bomb on me last Saturday morning. I'm Sonny, 32, submarine systems engineer. The kind of job where you can't talk about your job. I work on classified naval contracts, the stuff that keeps our subs invisible to enemy sonar. It pays well, comes with hardcore security clearance, and taught me something crucial: patience isn't just a virtue, it's a weapon. Lisa's 29, a luxury watchmaker who specializes in restoring Swiss timepieces that cost more than most people's cars. When we met, she was working for someone else. 6 months ago, she decided to open her own boutique. I supported her completely, even let her use my home office for client calls when she needed privacy. My waterfront condo became her unofficial headquarters. The changes started small. New lingerie in her drawer, La Perla stuff I'd never seen her wear. Credit card charges at restaurants during her inventory runs. Client dinners that ran past midnight. Her phone suddenly password protected because of sensitive client information. I'm not an idiot. 8 years in the Navy, 4 of those in submarines, where you learn to notice when something's 1 degree off course. But I also learned not to react immediately. You gather intel first. You verify. Then you act. 2 months ago, she mentioned her ex, Patty, had moved back from Paris. He's a niche perfumer, creates custom fragrances for celebrities who have more money than sense. His Parisian venture had collapsed, something about investors pulling out. She said he'd reached out just to catch up, as friends. "That's nice," I'd said, not looking up from my laptop. "You're not jealous?" She seemed disappointed. "Should I be?" She'd laughed it off, but something in her eyes shifted. Like I'd failed a test I didn't know I was taking. The late nights increased. The boutique opening became her obsession. I played the supportive boyfriend, helped with business plans, connected her with my contractor buddies for renovations, even introduced her to potential investors from the defense sector. The whole time, I'm noticing things. Receipts in her purse from hotels we've never stayed at. Cologne on her clothes, something woody and pretentious that probably had a French name nobody could pronounce. Then came Saturday morning. I'm making breakfast, eggs over easy, sourdough toast, her favorite. She's sitting at the kitchen island, scrolling through her phone, when she just announces it. Patty's coming to the grand opening party. I flip the eggs perfectly. "Okay. Here. At your place." "Our place," I correct, even though legally it's mine. Bought it before we met with my re-enlistment bonus and hazard pay. "Right. Our place." She sets her phone down hard enough to make a point. "Look, I know you two never met, but he's been really supportive of the boutique. He has connections in the luxury world. It would be weird if he wasn't there." Makes sense. I plate her eggs, slide them across the marble counter. "You need to be cool about this." I pause, spatula still in hand. "Have I given you any reason to think I wouldn't be?" "I'm serious, Sonny. If you get all alpha military guy on him, if you try any of that territorial BS, we're done. I mean it." There it was. The ultimatum. Delivered while I'm serving her breakfast in my own home. "I'll be cool," I say, and I mean it. Just not the way she thinks. She smiles, satisfied, and goes back to her phone. Probably texting him that she'd handled me. That I'd been put in my place. I clean the kitchen methodically, running scenarios in my head. The party's next Friday. 7 days to figure out what's really going on. 7 days to decide how to handle it. That afternoon, while Lisa's at her boutique, I sit down at my home office computer, the one she's been using for client calls. My military-grade security software shows me everything. Deleted browser history, cached files, temporary internet files that most people don't know exist. My blood doesn't boil. My hands don't shake. Navy training kicks in. When you're 500 feet underwater and something goes wrong, panic destroys you faster than the ocean will. I recover the deleted browser history. Hotel bookings. 4 of them. All during her inventory runs. All for 2 guests. I stare at the screen. 4 hotel bookings. The Rosewood. The Mondrian. 2 at the Peninsula. All boutique hotels with one thing in common. They're exactly the kind of places a perfumer who thinks he's sophisticated would choose. Time to make a call. Rodriguez Security Consulting. The voice on the other end is gravelly, familiar. "Ghost, it's Sonny. No S word. How's civilian life treating you? Ghost, real name Miguel Rodriguez, served with me on the USS Connecticut. Naval intelligence officer turned private investigator. The kind of guy who could track a whisper through a hurricane. Need your services. Discreetly. The girlfriend? How'd you know? Brother, you only call me for two things, background checks on contractors or relationship issues. And you haven't taken a contract in 3 months. We meet that evening at a dive bar near the naval base. I hand him a folder, Lisa's basic info, Patty's details, the hotel receipts. He flips through it while nursing a beer. Timeline? Party's Friday. 6 days. Rush job costs extra. Bill me whatever. He studies me. You good? Submarine good. It's our code, calm on the surface, all systems running underneath. 3 days in, Ghost starts sending updates. The man works fast. Surveillance photos show Lisa and Patty at the Rosewoods rooftop bar. Her hand on his thigh. His fingers in her hair. The timestamp, last Tuesday, when she was supposedly at a vintage watch auction in Sacramento. More evidence rolls in. Venmo transactions between them labeled consultation fees, $1,500 here, $2,000 there. Lisa's been funding their adventures with money from our joint account. The account I'd opened to help her business. Ghost calls Wednesday night. You near a computer? I open my encrypted email. There's a video file. Trade show, Vegas, 3 weeks ago, Ghost explains. They registered as a couple. Mr. and Mrs. Patty Beaumont. The video shows them at a vendor booth, Lisa wearing a ring I'd never seen before. Patty's arm around her waist like he owns her. They're laughing at something the vendor's saying. She looks happier than I've seen her in months. There's more, Ghost says. Pull up her business credit card statements. I log into the account. My chest tightens, not from anger, but from recognition. This is theft, plain and simple. Patty's name is on half the charges. Hotels, dinners, even a $3,000 purchase from Hermes. She'd added him as an authorized user on the card I'd co-signed for her business. Ghost, this is fraud. Yes, it is. Document everything. Download the statements, screenshot the transactions. You're building a case, not having a fight. Thursday morning, I'm working from home when Lisa breezes in during lunch. She's humming something, practically glowing. Good day? I ask from the couch. Amazing. Pre-orders are through the roof. The party's going to be incredible. She kisses my forehead, a practice gesture, empty as air. Oh, I need to use your office for a client call. Super private, big collector from Switzerland. Sure. She disappears into my office, closes the door. I wait 5 minutes, then activate the security app on my phone. Every room in my condo has cameras, disclosed in the lease she never officially signed because she never officially moved in. Just kept staying over until her stuff filled my closets. The feed shows Lisa on a video call, but not with any Swiss collector. It's Patty. She's showing him something on her screen, looks like spreadsheets. After the party, she's saying, once the boutique is established, I'll tell him it's over. 6 months maximum. You promise? Patty's voice through her laptop speakers. Baby, I promise. I just need him until the business is stable. He's been useful, his military connections alone brought in 3 investors. After that, she makes a cutting gesture across her throat. They both laugh. I screenshot everything, save the video file. Then I see what she's showing him on screen, my classified work documents. Technical specifications for sonar evading hull designs. She's taking photos with her phone. My blood finally heats up, but not with rage. This just became a national security issue. Ghost texts me, you need to see this. A new video loads. Lisa and Patty outside a law office, reviewing papers. Commercial lease, Ghost's message continues. For a second boutique location. Both their names. Scheduled to sign Monday. Monday. 3 days after she plans to publicly humiliate me at my own home. I sit in my car outside the law office of Brennan and Associates for exactly 3 minutes. Long enough to process, not long enough to do something stupid. The classified documents change everything. This isn't just cheating anymore, it's espionage, intentional or not. One call to NCIS and Lisa's looking at federal charges. But that's a nuclear option. I need to be surgical about this. First stop, my attorney, Paul Vance. Former JAG officer, now handles military contractor cases. His office overlooks the harbor where nuclear subs occasionally surface like steel whales. Fraud's the easy part, Paul says, reviewing the evidence. Unauthorized user on a business credit card you co-signed? That's textbook. But these classified documents? I'm handling that separately. Good. Keep those chains of evidence distinct. Now, about the party tomorrow night, you planning something? Justice. Not revenge. Paul studies me. There's a legal way to do this. File the fraud report now, but request delayed enforcement. Gives you a paper trail dated before the party. Do it. Next stop, the police station. The detective taking my report is thorough, professional. I show him the credit card statements, the unauthorized charges. He starts the paperwork, agrees to delay active investigation until Monday. Domestic situations can escalate, he says. This gives you time to separate safely. Appreciated. That evening, I transform my condo into a war room. Every piece of evidence printed, cataloged, timestamped. Ghost sends more surveillance, Lisa moving watches from the boutique inventory to Patty's apartment. Serial numbers visible in the photos. Those pieces belong to investors who fronted inventory costs. I call one of those investors, Rudolf Zimmerman, Swiss collector who owns half of Lisa's current stock. Old money, older values. Mr. Zimmerman, this is Sonny. We met at Lisa's boutique preview. Ah yes, the submarine engineer. How can I help you? There's something you should know about your investment. I send him a curated package, just the theft, the fraud, the inventory being moved. Nothing personal. His response is immediate, this is unacceptable. I'll handle this discreetly after reviewing further evidence. Ghost arrives at my place after midnight with a tactical bag. Cameras? I ask. Micro units. Invisible unless you're looking for them. He starts placing them strategically, areas where Lisa conducts her private business. This legal? It's your home. She's a guest without tenant rights. You're protecting yourself from false allegations. Smart. Because if she's planning to leave me, she'll need a story. Nobody leaves a military contractor with top secret clearance without a reason. Friday morning. Parties tonight. Lisa's buzzing around the condo like a caffeinated hummingbird, arranging catered food, adjusting decorations. I help wherever needed, the perfect supportive boyfriend. You're being amazing, she says, barely looking at me. I was worried you'd be weird about Patty coming. I told you I'd be cool. I know, She pauses, studying me. You're different lately. Calmer. Work's been good. Stress levels down. She nods, distracted by her phone. Probably Patty texting. I catch a glimpse, he's asking about the plan for tonight. While she showers, I check her laptop bag. There it is, a notebook I've never seen before. I flip through it quickly, photographing each page. My stomach drops. She's been documenting incidents for months. Fake arguments that never happened. Claims I've been aggressive and controlling. Dates when I was supposedly verbally abusive, half of them I was deployed or at classified facilities with timestamped security footage. She's building a case. But for what? A restraining order? Defamation? The last entry is from yesterday, feeling unsafe. Patty says I should document everything in case S becomes violent when I leave. Party tomorrow will have witnesses if something happens. They're planning to provoke me. In my own home. In front of 80 guests. Ghost texts, DJ's ready. Presentation loaded. Trigger phrase is technical difficulties. You sure about this? I text back, confirmed. Lisa emerges from the bathroom, towel wrapped, perfumed with something that isn't Patty's cologne for once. Baby? She calls out sweetly. Too sweetly. Can you help me with something? I find her in the bedroom, holding a dress. Which one? She holds up two options. I want to look perfect tonight. The black one, I say. It matches your soul. She laughs, thinking I'm joking. You're funny today. My phone buzzes. Ghost again, check your office. Now. I excuse myself, head to my office. On my desk is a printed email Lisa sent an hour ago from her phone. To someone at the Department of Defense. The subject line, concerns about security clearance holder, Sonny Morrison. The email is a masterpiece of manipulation. Lisa's claiming I've been exhibiting erratic behavior and making threats. She's attached photos, selectively cropped screenshots of text messages taken out of context, making normal conversations look sinister. But she made one fatal error. She sent it from my home IP address, using my Wi-Fi, while I have screenshots of her taking photos of classified documents. She just handed me proof of intentional sabotage. I forward everything to NCIS with a brief note: attempted retaliation by subject caught photographing classified materials. Please advise, the response is immediate, do not engage. Maintain surveillance. We'll handle Monday. It's 6 p.m. Guests arrive in 2 hours. Lisa's in full hostess mode, directing the catering staff like she's conducting an orchestra. I'm in charge of the bar setup, perfectly placed near the presentation screen we'd installed to showcase her watch collection. My phone vibrates. Text from Rodriguez: your boy just pulled up. Maserati. Rental. Of course it's a rental. 7:45. The condo's filling up. Investors, collectors, social media influencers Lisa's been courting. Rudolf Zimmerman arrived early, gave me a knowing nod, positioned himself with a clear view of the presentation screen. Then the doorbell rings. Can you get that, baby? Lisa calls out, her voice pitched perfectly, sweet enough for the guests, sharp enough for the command. I open the door. Patty Beaumont stands there in a velvet blazer that probably cost more than most people's rent. He's shorter than his photos suggest, compensating with cologne that hits like a physical wall. You must be Sonny. He extends his hand like he's doing me a favor. Patty. I shake it. Firm, but not aggressive. His palms sweaty. Lisa's told me so much about you. All good, I hope. Of course. His smile doesn't reach his eyes. She says you're very supportive. The way he says supportive makes it sound like sucker. I try. Welcome to our home. Our. Not my. Let him think I'm playing along. He brushes past me, heading straight for Lisa. She lights up like Times Square, throwing her arms around him. In my living room. In front of everyone. Patty. You made it. They embrace just a second too long. A few guests notice. Zimmerman raises an eyebrow. I walk to the bar, pour myself a scotch. Neat. My Navy buddy Jake's working security tonight, 2 more stationed by the exits. All off-duty MPs who know how to handle situations without escalating. The party hits its rhythm. Lisa and Patty work the room like a couple, finishing each other's sentences, sharing inside jokes about Paris. She keeps glancing at me, waiting for a reaction. I give her nothing but smiles. At 8:15, I walk past the DJ booth where my buddy Marcus is set up. Technical difficulties in 5, I say quietly. Roger that. I step outside onto the balcony, ostensibly to check on the outdoor heaters. Pull out my phone, activate the presentation goes prepared. Every device in my condo is networked through my military-grade router. 1 tap, and I own every screen. 8:20 exactly. The music cuts. Marcus taps the mic. Sorry folks, technical difficulties with the sound system. Give us just a moment. Phones throughout the room ping simultaneously. The presentation screen flickers to life. Truth about Lisa and Patty appears in bold letters. Then the evidence begins. The first slide, hotel receipts. Dates. Times. Room for 2. Lisa's face drains of color. What is this? The second slide, their Vegas registration as Mr. and Mrs. Beaumont. Gasps from the crowd. Phones are already recording. The third slide, Venmo transactions. Consultation fees totaling $23,000. Then the audio starts. Crystal clear through the sound system. After the party, once the boutique is established, I'll tell him it's over. 6 months maximum. You promise? Baby, I promise. I just need him until the business is stable. He's been useful, his military connections alone brought in 3 investors. Lisa lunges for the screen, yanking cables. Turn it off. Turn IT off. But it's not running from the DJ booth. It's streaming from my secured server, broadcasting to every device on my network. The next slide shows the inventory being moved. Serial numbers highlighted. Zimmerman stands up, his face granite. Patty grabs someone's phone, trying to delete their recording. Jake steps forward. Sir, I need you to return that device. You don't understand, Patty starts babbling. This is edited, manipulated, we can explain. He's panicking, talking faster, and every phone in the room is recording him admitting to things nobody even asked about yet. We weren't stealing. Patty's still talking, digging deeper with every word. The inventory was just temporary collateral for the new location. Lisa said Sonny knew. I said no such thing. Lisa shrieks, spinning on him. Beautiful. They're turning on each other already. The presentation continues. Financial records. The unauthorized credit card charges. The business credit account with Patty added as a user. Zimmerman's pulling out his phone, making calls in rapid German. My inventory, he says loudly enough for everyone to hear. She moved my inventory. 2 more investors are backing toward the exit, phones pressed to their ears. I catch fragments, legal team, forensic audit, criminal charges. Lisa's trying damage control, grabbing at guests. Please, you don't understand. Sonny's jealous, he's trying to destroy me because I was leaving him. The audio plays again. Her voice, clear as day, his military connections alone brought in 3 investors. That's taken out of context. She's crying now, mascara running in perfect black streams. Someone's live streaming on Instagram. The viewer counts climbing. 500, 1000, 2000. Comments flooding in. The luxury watch community is small, gossipy. This'll be worldwide by morning. My phone buzzes. NCIS, package received. Do not destroy any evidence. Agents will contact Monday. Lisa's phone starts exploding with notifications. Her Instagram's getting torched in real time. Comments, DMs, people screenshotting the slides and reposting them. Her carefully curated image dissolving in minutes. Patty makes a break for the door. Jake and his partner block him. I need to leave, Patty demands. Free country, Jake says calmly. But the lady asked you to return her phone first. Patty hands back the phone he grabbed. The owner immediately checks her recording, still intact, still running. The presentation reaches the grand finale, Lisa's fake abuse documentation. Her notebook entries displayed next to my actual deployment records, security footage timestamps from base entries, flight manifests proving I wasn't even in the country during half her incidents. The room goes dead silent. You documented fake abuse? One of her boutique employees, a young woman named Tara, stares at Lisa in horror. Do you know what that does to actual victims? It's not fake. He's controlling, manipulative. Lisa. I speak for the first time since this started. Everyone turns. I was in a submarine under the Arctic during 3 of those dates. Unless I've mastered teleportation, you're lying. Zimmerman approaches me. Mr. Morrison, I'll need all documentation regarding my inventory. Already compiled. I hand him a folder I'd kept behind the bar. Every piece tracked. GPS coordinates included. He flips through it, nods. My lawyers will be in touch with Ms. Lisa by morning. The exodus begins. Investors, clients, influencers, all heading for the exits. Several approach me directly, expressing disgust, offering support. The boutique employee, Tara, stops beside me. I quit, she announces loudly, then to me, I took photos of everything at the shop. The books don't add up. I think she's been skimming. I hand her Paul Vance's card. He'll want to hear from you. Within 30 minutes, my condo's empty except for Lisa, Patty, me, and my security team. You destroyed me, Lisa whispers. You vindictive bastard, you destroyed everything. No. You did that. I just refused to be your cover story. She lunges at me, nails out. Jake intercepts her smoothly, professionally. Ma'am, I think it's time you left. This is my home. No, I say, pulling out the eviction notice Paul had prepared. It's not. You never signed a lease, never paid rent, never received mail here. You're a guest who's overstayed their welcome. You have 1 hour to pack your personal items. Anything boutique related stays pending the fraud investigation. Patty's edging toward the door. Lisa, we should go. We? She rounds on him. This is your fault. You said he was too stupid to notice, too passive to fight back. I never said. You said a submarine engineer would be easy to manipulate. You said. She freezes, realizing everyone's still recording. My phone buzzes again. This time it's from the Department of Defense. Mr. Morrison, regarding the email sent from your IP address. We've traced concerning activity. Please confirm, did Ms. Charlie attempt to access your classified workstation? Charlie. Lisa Charlie. She'd been using a fake last name the entire time. 1 month later. I'm sitting at a bar near the naval base, watching the submarine tender through the window. My new place is smaller, simpler. No drama, no lies, Just a clean sight line to the ocean. My phone buzzes with the latest update from Paul Vance. Lisa Charlie pled guilty to fraud and attempted espionage. 18 months federal, 3 years probation. Patty Beaumont arrested separately. His perfume business was a Ponzi. Looking at 5 to 7. I raise my beer to no one in particular. Justice served cold, just how I like it. The last month's been a masterclass in watching dominoes fall. Lisa, or should I say Linda Charlie, her actual name, had been running games longer than just our relationship. 3 previous boyfriends, all military or defense contractors, all left with damaged credit and security concerns. She'd refined her playbook with each one. I was supposed to be her masterpiece. The boutique lasted exactly 9 days after the party. Investors pulled out. Banks frozen her accounts. The state board revoked her certification after Tara provided evidence of embezzlement. Turns out Lisa had been selling replicas mixed with authentic pieces, pocketing the difference. Rudolf Zimmerman recovered his inventory and hired Ghost for a full investigation into all his business partners. Ghost's booked solid through next year now. Sent me a bottle of 20-year scotch with a note, for the referral. The classified documents issue resolved quietly. NCIS found Lisa had photographed my work but hadn't transmitted anything yet. She was building a package, probably to sell. Patty knew about it, encouraged it, even. They found searches on his laptop for how much do foreign governments pay for submarine tech. Amateurs. The best part? They flipped on each other immediately. Lisa claimed Patty masterminded everything. Patty insisted Lisa seduced and manipulated him. The prosecutors had their own evidence, the surveillance footage, the financial records, their own messages to each other. Both tried to cut deals. Both failed. Lisa's family reached out last week. Her sister Diana called, crying. "We're so sorry, Sonny. We knew something was wrong when she brought different boyfriends to family events but kept the same stories. The yacht, the investment firm, those were your accomplishments, weren't they?" "Yeah. Our parents are devastated. They wanted me to tell you, you're still welcome at our restaurant anytime. Free meals for life." I thanked her but knew I'd never take them up on it. Some chapters you close completely. The door to the bar opens. A woman walks in, brunette, confident stride, laugh lines that suggest she actually smiles for real. Catherine Morrison, no relation despite the last name. She's a submarine contractor's daughter, runs compliance for her father's firm. We met during the security review after Lisa's arrest. "Buy a girl a drink?" She slides onto the adjacent stool. "Depends. You running any cons I should know about?" She laughs. "Just the long con of making you fall for me honestly." Her father, retired Admiral Morrison, had called me personally after the incident. "Son, you handled that with the kind of precision I rarely see outside of combat. My daughter could use someone who knows the difference between battles worth fighting and wars worth winning." Catherine and I are taking it slow. She's seen my baggage, helped me sort through the security reviews. I've met her family, military people who value honor above appearance. Her father actually toasted me at their family barbecue, to men who stand their ground without losing their dignity. My phone lights up with a text from an unknown number. I almost delete it, then see the preview. "You ruined my life. I'll make you pay when I get out, L." Catherine reads it over my shoulder. Threatening a federal witness from prison? That's another charge. Should I call my dad's prosecutor friend? Already screenshotted and forwarded to the FBI. She smiles. "See? You're learning. Not every fight needs your direct involvement." The truth is, I've learned something bigger. Lisa thought she was testing whether I'd fight for her. Would I get jealous? Would I beg? Would I rage? She never understood. I wasn't fighting her or Patty. I was fighting the version of myself that would have accepted the disrespect. That version died somewhere between finding those hotel receipts and shaking Patty's sweaty hand. Catherine raises her beer. To second chances? To recognizing the first ones that weren't worth it. We clink bottles. Outside, a submarine surfaces in the harbor, black steel breaking through sunset-painted water. Some things are worth keeping below the surface. Others need to be exposed to the light. I know the difference now. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you really like our videos, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.